So, man, y'all know I was coming. Y'all know I was on my way, man. Pardon me, it's early. I just woke up. Greetings. Good morning to everybody, man. How is everybody doing? We're here to talk business, FBA business. We're here to talk about Fat Joe. We're here to talk about Math Hoffa. We saw you, Hoffa. We saw you, Math. What's going on, people? This is Top Flight TV. Um, I hope everybody's doing well. Y'all know what's going on. We got Fat Joe once again being disrespectful. Once again being disrespectful. He appeared on a My Expert Opinion podcast, and he had a lot to say about foundational Black Americans. For those who don't know what a FBA is, the FBA he was referring to, foundational Black Americans. That means Black people that are here that do not have immigrant backgrounds. I know it's a foreign concept to a lot of y'all. I know a lot of y'all don't want to believe it. I know the Caucasian man didn't put a stamp on it, so you're not going to adhere to it yet. We already get it. But there's a lot of us that already are uh, identifying as Black Americans. It makes sense. We're not African Americans. We're foundational Black Americans. So, with that being said, let's talk about how this started. Fat Joe, this is what you did, brother. You said hip hop was created 50-50, Puerto Ricans and Black Americans. That's what you said. You do it. See, the thing is, Fat Joe does a lot of lying, y'all. Y'all know this. We can pull up plenty of receipts. People have already exposed Fat Joe for being a liar. And I don't want to be disrespectful because to keep it real, I I've been a fan of Fat Joe. Don Cartagena, Jealous One's Envy. You know what I'm saying? I've been a fan for a long time. And I like what Joe has done. I don't like how he did Irv Gotti. It's a lot of other things I don't like, but we're gonna stick on this topic. So Fat Joe some years ago went on online and said that um, hip hop was created 50-50 by Puerto Ricans and Black Americans. Now, I didn't know any better. Okay, I'm not from New York, so you know it made sense to me. Whatever. Okay, from my viewing of hip hop, I saw Puerto Ricans on the TV and stuff, break dancing and stuff. Yeah, I saw that. But we're talking about where hip hop was created, where it was originally created. I'm talking about the inception of hip hop, right? And the thing is, this myth has been debunked. All right, microphone check. Shout out to the brother Tariq Nasheed. He debunked it. Listen, this is what Tariq Nasheed did. He brought on the pioneers. He brought the people. Look, he brought the people that made this shit. You know what I'm saying? Tariq Nasheed has a documentary called Microphone Check. He brought the people that made hip hop, the first MCs. They told their story. What I would like to know is, Joe, instead of being disrespectful, instead of using ad hominems, instead of speaking unintelligently, why don't you just debunk what was put out there? Why don't you just say, hey, Shy Rock, you weren't the first female MC? See, he's not talking like this. And that's a clear sign. He's talking like a child. See, a child will just come out and start calling names, broke in words. That's what he called FBA. Okay. Somebody who has a leg to stand on, they will debunk the information. And that's what Fat Joe has not done. All right. So, last year, this thing went crazy when microphone check dropped. There was a lot of conversation surrounding the creation of hip hop. Latrell Watson, what it do? Last year, when microphone check dropped, there was a lot of conversation about who created hip hop, and pretty much what our stance is. Our stance is you can't take this from us. All we pretty much, for real, to be honest with you, all foundational Black Americans. I don't want to say all we have. We have a lot, but we a lot of our stuff has been hijacked. All right, and we're saying, look, we want everybody to participate, but you're not going to take credit for hip hop, dog. That's just what you're not going to do. You're not going to take credit for hip hop. We have lent out so much. We have been so gracious with our swag, with our culture. We have been so accepting of everybody, right? But what you're not going to do is try to take hip hop from us and say that you created it. That's what you're not going to do. And yeah, Latrell, man, I don't know what you're laughing for, but they can't take that. This is something that we have the receipts. Microphone Check is a very brilliant documentary. It's very thorough, and nobody has yet to debunk it. My suggestion to all the Puerto Ricans is to go debunk it. Go make a documentary, Joe. You got the bag. Go make a documentary about the Puerto Ricans that started hip hop. Busta Rhymes came out a while back and said Black Americans have no culture, and he said Jamaicans started hip hop. Do y'all see what's going on here? See, we've been so again gracious and we've been so open that people just take advantage. People always taking advantage of black culture, dog. People think they can just come around here, snatch it up, use it. You know what I mean? And then after a while, they're like, "Hey, we started the shit." So Fat Joe was on my expert opinion. When I saw it, I was amazed, man. I'm like, wow, this guy is really resentful. He's very resentful towards foundational. Did y'all peep how resentful Fat Joe is towards foundational Black Americans? And when I say foundational Black Americans, I mean Black Americans, period. You can tell that that man has a lot of resentment against Black Americans. Probably from the Remy stuff. He probably, went through with her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if she's 100% foundational Black American, but he has like a racist type of vibe to him. He has like he's supposed to be Puerto Rican. He gets to run around here and say nigga all day. You know what I'm saying? But what happened was he called FBA a radical racist group, and it's a lie. And Math Hoffa, we gonna get on Math Hoffa. I got a bone to pick with Math Hoffa, okay? Because we saw you, Math. Let me just say that you know, we saw what you did, what you said, and what you didn't say. You understand? Um, Fat Joe called FBA broke. He called us broke in words. He tried to throw a little shot at the homie Tariq Nasheed. Called him, said, have you seen their leader? This, that, and the third. And the thing about it is, we already know there is no leader. You know what I'm saying? Tariq has definitely ushered in a new wave. He coined the term FBA. Dr. Claude Anderson, he is the one that used to use the word Native Black Americans. You understand? Um, so the thing about it with me is after we go through our Pan African phase, right? And we realize like this shit is not working. This shit is not. Damn, I'm not even really African, homes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us realize like shit. Yeah, we might have had African ancestry from way, way, way back in the day, but being here in the states, we have had an ethnogenesis, and we have become a new people with new culture. I don't have African culture, dog. I have foundational Black American culture. Benji 601, what it do? Hey, if whoever knows about the topic I'm talking about, feel free to chime in. We talking about Fat Joe and his disrespect for foundational Black Americans on not the Drink Champs, on my expert opinion. Yeah, Fat Joe was on the show, Math Hoffa show, and he got very disrespectful, and he basically was crying and whining um, about the fact that FBA, foundational Black Americans, we're not letting nobody hijack our creation of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Latrell Watson said, I heard about that. I heard about that before. Yeah, Benji said, I just heard he was being rude but didn't know what he did. Yeah, he called FBA broke niggas, and he got very disrespectful. Go check it out if you get a chance, man. We give him some, we gonna let him, give him the promotion they need. I know Math Hoffa is very happy right now. Now I'm gonna talk about Math Hoffa. Let me say this. Math Hoffa is, I think he's Trinidadian, if I'm not mistaken. And shout out to everybody that's from a different country, or everybody whose family has an immigrant background. Shout out to everybody. I don't hate nobody, and I don't discriminate. We have always looked at everybody as one of us, even Puerto Ricans. We have always accepted everybody in. You dig? We have always looked at Puerto Ricans. How you think Fat Joe got away with saying nigga for 30 years? We always accepted him in. You know what I'm saying? We've been very, very deceptive. Shout out to you, Benji. You from Africa. Shout out to Africa, man. I'm not from Africa. I'm from America. You know what I'm saying? My people's built this land. We're foundational to this land. And all we're doing is highlighting that. You know what I'm saying? It seems like a lot of people have a problem with that. But we've been very accepting to all cultures, man. But Math Hoffa, okay, when Fat Joe was sitting there being disrespectful, and we see you laughing and giggling, and you got a big smile on your face, that let us know all we need to know about you, my man. You have some contempt. You have some resentment towards foundational Black Americans too, and it was very clear that you do because you didn't check Fat Joe. The first thing you should have did was say, "Slow down, Fat Joe. You got to break this down, homie, uh, because you can't blanket everybody. Just because somebody made a documentary about you, why don't you attack the documentary? And you should attack the documentary with some intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me say this: if somebody made a documentary about me, let's just say me, for instance, somebody made a documentary about my life, and it's false. I'm not going to start calling names. I'm not going to start acting like a kid. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show the facts. I'm going to show the receipts. Here you go. No, this didn't happen. This didn't happen. This happened. This happened. But he can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows when he said hip hop was made 50-50, Puerto Ricans and blacks, he knows he was a goddamn lie. He knows he put his foot in his mouth. You know, once again, Fat Joe has a long track record of just saying shit. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? You've seen countless interviews and you've seen all his podcasts and stuff like that where he just sits there and just lies. He embellishes the truth. He exaggerates the truth. You understand? Um. So yeah, man. I want to thank Fat Joe because this is good, in my opinion. This is good. The fact that he went up there and said FBA, right? This thing has got so much traction. This shit is going viral. Now the brothers and sisters that are black that haven't heard the term FBA can now hear it and say, you know, what's FBA? Oh shit, I'm FBA. And then start representing it. Okay, because right now it's a lot of us that know and that identifies that term. We have went away from the African American term and now we picked the FBA term. So the fact that this is going viral, this is very good. It's good for educational purposes. It's good for spreading awareness about what type time we on now. You dig? So shout out to Fat Joe for that. You dig? Free promotion and you doing the work for us. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are gonna wake up after this and say, damn, I'm foundational black Americans. They're gonna go tune in to the Lord Jamars, they're gonna go tune into the Tariq Nasheeds and all the other you know, grassroots media people. You understand? So, you know, at the end of the day, he's done a lot of disrespect to Lord Jamar. You can't disrespect Lord Jamar like that, dog. I'm sorry, man. You know, Lord Jamar is, in my opinion, and I've said this for years, Lord Jamar is a pillar in the hip hop community. You understand? He should be held very high in this hip hop thing, man. Lord Jamar has done nothing but spoke truth to power, despite any consequences. He kept it real, real. Let me tell you something. When you're dealing in this industry, right, and you're dealing with these industry niggas, right? Listen, when you're dealing with these industry niggas, you will be hard pressed to come around somebody that will just speak the truth. You know what I'm saying? And Lord Jamar has been doing that since the Vlad days. You understand? And I gotta salute my man for that. He's been uncompromised. You know what I'm saying? And we absolutely need more Lord Jamars. People like that. It's a lot of rappers that have gotten involved in this thing. Pete Rock got involved. You got Crazy Legs. He's been talking real crazy. Uh, a lot of people are getting this thing mixed up. They're saying, well, shit, Puerto Ricans were involved. Yeah, Puerto Ricans were involved. Puerto Ricans participated. They just didn't create. You dig? They did not create hip hop. See, this is the buster right here. This is the big smoking gun right here. And Lord Jamar breaks it down perfectly. He said what happened was people got influence from black Americans because that's why you see there is no Jamaican influence. Where is the Jamaican or Puerto Rican influence in hip hop today? Show us today. You dig? You cannot find any any all what you see today is foundational black American culture. When you look back at the early days of hip hop, what you gonna see is this is black American culture. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else had to adapt to that. The Puerto Ricans came and they had to do what the brothers did. The Jamaicans came and they had to do what the black Americans was doing. Do y'all shout out to my Jamaicans, but y'all know my good Jamaicans already. Y'all know some of the outfits that y'all be wearing, like we don't wear that shit, dog. We don't wear that shit. Keep it real. Do I have any Jamaicans in the building? I want y'all to keep it real. Y'all will come out. Some of y'all will come out with some of the wildest colors and and different type of outfits that Black Americans just don't wear. Puerto Ricans, y'all know we don't dress like Puerto Ricans. Everybody had to follow suit to what Black Americans was doing, and it was very obvious. It was very obvious. You did because you see it within the culture. Now maybe some couple things was picked up here, picked up there, but at the end of the day, man, we're not talking about what happened in the 80s. Yeah, Benji 601 says African Americans and Africans are very different. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. The thing about that is distinguishing the difference between African Americans and foundational Black Americans and Africans. We should have healthy conversations about this. I admit it has gotten real ugly online, like Twitter and shit. It's gotten real ugly. I think there should be healthy conversations about this topic because yes, we are different. You know what I'm saying? We are different in a lot of ways. The cultures are different. The foods are different. The music is different. The swag is different. A lot of things are different. You know what I'm saying? Benji 601 says, like cultures are made to be shared, but we each have our own culture. Absolutely. Trail Watson says, well, he was not lying because they were different. Yeah, culture is to be shared. And the thing is, we have a track record of not we have a track record of sharing. We do. Foundational Black Americans. We don't mind. Y'all come on ahead. Get your ass ahead. Eminem, come on. Third Base, come on. Fat Joe, Big Pun, everybody, come on. Y'all, come on in here. Oh, we got Cardinal Official from Canada. He was whack as hell. But we like, come on. Oh, we got Africans. We got South Americans. We got Kid Frost. Y'all, come on. We rocking with y'all. That's what we've always done. We've always embraced everybody. But you can't turn around and say, well, we created this shit. That's what we can't do, dog. Because we wouldn't do that to Puerto Rican music. Imagine us saying, "Well, yeah, we created Puerto Rican music." No, we're not doing that. Now foundational Black Americans did create a lot of music. We had a hand in country music, creating country music, rock music, jazz, blues. We had our hands in a lot of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, um, Fat Joe, you know, it's at some point, man, you gotta stop lying, bro. You gotta stop lying. You gotta start being informed. Um, at least go look at the video of the movie, the documentary. You know what I'm saying? Get your facts straight, man. You gotta get your facts straight, homie. You know what I mean? Because you're on the wrong side of history, and you're going down on the wrong side of history. I think a lot of Fat Joe's problem is he was a Democrat. He was stomping hard for the Democrats. I believe that he's upset with Black America because we didn't vote Kamala Harris in. Therefore, he didn't get a big check. He didn't get raised up in stature. Now he's just an uninfluential Negro, Puerto Rican Negro. That's how they looking at him. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't get the job done. You know what I'm saying? They propped him up. They propped him and other celebrities up to get the job done, and they were very ineffective. So I think Fat Joe is very upset right now, and you can see it in his face. If you go look at the interview, man, dude is real mad. He's extremely mad. You know what I'm saying? But man, Hoffa and the rest of the guys in that barbershop, y'all, I don't know what's up with y'all, man. Y'all should be ashamed. I should have checked Fat Joe. We know this Fat Joe. We know he has a status of some sort, but y'all should have checked him. Y'all sitting in there laughing. The shit was funny. And what it told me was a lot of these guys on YouTube, they're just not informed on a lot of topics. You know what I'm saying? They're just not informed. They're in the dark on a lot of important topics. Benji said hip hop was created as a style of disco, but with more freedom. Yeah, I'm not mad at that. If you go watch Microphone Check, man, the pioneers will tell you exactly what hip hop is, and they'll tell you exactly how it got started. You dig? We don't have to guess. We don't have to fantasize. We don't have to make believe and lie about how it got started. There's already proof. And until somebody comes along and says, "Hey, no, I got the real receipts. Watch this." Until somebody does that, man, there's nothing to talk about. But at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding, man. Think about this. Look at hip hop, dog. Look at the beginning stages. I'm talking about before. Like think about James Brown, dog. Hip hop has always been synonymous with James Brown since I was a kid. When Public Enemy had that beat on It Takes a Nation of Millions, that was James Brown, a James Brown breakbeat. And what made hip hop, man, was that beat and that boom bap and then the MC on it. James Brown was MCing. There was other R&B artists that were MCing on the mic in the '60s. We can go further back than that. So for anybody to act like something that was done in the '80s is what was a creation of hip hop, man, we not even talking about that. Latrell Watson says, "I got a question for you. What is a joke?" I don't understand what you mean, bro. My man said, "I got a question for you. What is a joke?" You know what a joke is, my brother. But yeah, I'm glad this conversation is surfacing. This shit is everywhere. Everybody has made videos. You know I had to show up because I'm big, big, big FBA. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a combative thing. See, the thing is, every other culture can fly their flag, right? You go certain places, you gonna see a bunch of Puerto Rican flags. We have never said a word about that. We have never gotten angry about that or acting like it was an issue. You go other places, you see everybody holding a Jamaican flag. We have never said we like, yeah, man, shit. We looked at that as if it was a part of us. All the different flags, we always looked at it like, yeah, yeah, that's my Jamaican bro. But as soon as we say we're FBA, as soon as we say we're FBA, everybody got a problem with it, man. Nobody wants to hear that shit. They want us to be the bottom of the barrel, just some unidentified Negroes. Listen, they want us to not know where we come from. You know what I'm saying? They want us to have an identity crisis. And up until maybe 4 years ago, I had an identity crisis. I didn't know. I had no clue. I was going with the same narrative or the same story that I was told about African, being brought over here on a slave ship, being a slave, and then boom, now we here. I didn't know we had such a rich history here. I knew, but I didn't know the depths. of our history here in America. See, we will always be told about Egypt and how great Egypt was and how great we were back then. And that after a while, it's like, you know what, dog? That's we can't really do nothing with that. You know what I'm saying? Like we have history that's a lot more profound today. You know what I'm saying? We built the America. We were the startup fund. We were the startup fund for America, the greatest nation in the world. And we were the free labor. You know what I'm saying? And we got a bunch of inventions. And we're the face of civil rights. We are. We are the face of civil rights. Who else has civil rights? Who else pushes civil rights like us? Who? Name them. Who else is the face of civil rights in the world? Name them. Yeah, man. So hip hop also comes from the civil rights era, man. It also comes from the struggle. My introduction to hip hop, I was a Public Enemy fan real early, so the message that was around in hip hop back then was about civil rights. It was about rights for black folks and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we could never be racist. You know what I'm saying? He called us racist radicals. We can never be racist, dog. Like, how are we racist? Because we're protecting our culture. You dig? Kenny Mack says Fat Joe goofy ass is over. Kenny Mack, what it do? Yeah, it's time for Joe to go, man. You know what I'm saying? Joe owes us. He owes an apology. If he can't give us an apology, he just gotta go, dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. Oh, so yours was Eminem. Yeah, okay. So you're young. You must be young. See, the thing about us, man, nobody can ever say we didn't play fair. We've always played fair. You know what I'm saying? We've always embraced and took people in. We've always, you know, we always, even with the rock shit, like, yeah, we had roots in rock and roll. But when Run DMC came, we said Earl, they brought Aerosmith on for Walk This Way. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've never discriminated. We brought Jamaicans in to do collabs and bring the Jamaican sound into hip hop. We've always been open to these things. You know what I'm saying? So for him to call us racist, that's like a projection on his part. He's projecting what he feels. You know what I'm saying? Because he clearly got an issue. Fat Joe clearly has a resentment, and he felt comfortable with Math Hoffa. He felt comfortable with Math Hoffa and the rest of those guys up in New York because they have a immigrant background too, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just telling you why he felt comfortable. He wouldn't have went down south. He wouldn't have went to D.C. He probably wouldn't have went to Baltimore and talked like that in a Baltimore barbershop. He probably wouldn't have did all that. Yeah, I know. Kenny Mack said Math Hoffa is not FBA. Yeah, I know, and I've been keeping an eye on him. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been watching Math Hoffa, and throughout these discussions these past years, I've been watching Math Hoffa very closely, and I've been waiting. I've been waiting for him to give his opinion, and I think he touched on it a couple months ago. But I've been waiting for Math Hoffa to really give his opinion, and I've been watching his swag, man. But to see this video with him and Fat Joe, and the way he's giggling and laughing, and he's pretty much in agreement with Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? Benji 601 says, I think hip hop is going to have a big reset. Yeah, yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I see it. It's already happening. Andrew said Kid Frost invented hip hop. Andrew, you know that's a damn lie. Yeah, man, you're just trolling. You dig? And this is what we mean. See, listen, y'all look at that comment right there. Andrew said Kid Frost created hip hop. See, this is what we talking about right here. This is what they want to do. They want to take our creation and make it theirs. This is what they want to do. Jay Philly says we have no allies. Apparently not, dog. He said they're allies when it's convenient. Yeah, man, it's blasphemy. He said Kid Frost, man. Listen, I know Kid Frost is somebody on the West Coast. But do y'all understand us brothers on the East Coast when that shit came on? When that shit came on, when that shit came on your TV raps on a good Saturday morning over here on the East Coast, we either cut it off. That was either a bathroom break, right? That was either a bathroom break or we just sat there and laughed the whole time. Tell me, am I lying, dog? Am I lying? When Kid Frost came on Yo MTV Raps, and no disrespect to Kid Frost, but we laughed at that shit. That shit wasn't. That shit was like a joke to us. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of that stuff was a joke to us, man. So Kid Frost creating hip hop is crazy. That's crazy work. Kenny Mack says Andrew is a whole bammer. Yes, he is. He sure is. Justice says I'm trying to get the brother together on some positive stuff to create more opportunities for us. Yeah, Justice, that's what's up, man. I like that. I like that. Thomas Tompkins says black people started hip hop. Everybody else is a guess. If I was math, I would have corrected Fat Joe. Listen, hey Thomas, I just spoke on that. The reason why math did not correct Fat Joe is because he feels the same way. All right, he feels the same way Fat Joe feels. You dig? Andrew, what's not true? Jay Philly said hip hop is the child of blues and soul. How the f is it not black? Absolutely. I just spoke on that. I just spoke on the heavy James Brown influence. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, cuz, what do we love hip hop for? Y'all tell me one thing we love about hip hop that is that is derived from Puerto Rico or Jamaica. Tell us now. Go. One, two things. Just tell us. Tell us one thing. Andrew said, not true. Stop it, please. Andrew, you on the West Coast, aren't you? Are you on the West Coast? Andrew said Frost was on top. This dude is really trying to argue with me about Kid Frost, dog. Where my hip hop heads at, dog? Where were you ranking Kid Frost? Nigga, that was the worst of the worst. That was like the worst of the worst that was out at that time. Let's keep it real, man. And the thing is, we understood it because we like, okay, shit, that's some West Coast stuff. That's what they do over there. All right, so shout out to them. This is for La Raza. Y'all know what La Raza means? Andrew, tell us what La Raza means. Tell us. Tell us. Don't get quiet now, brother. Tell us what La Raza means. Tell us, Andrew. Yeah, shout out to Kid Frost, but when that shit came on, that shit was a joke. It was a joke. In my line, dog. Like Guru, Gangstar would come on, Manifest, and then like Kid Frost would come on. Like, what the hell is this? What is this? What is going on here, dog? Like, what is this? Like, no, 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 no. And this is what I mean. People can get really disillusioned. You know what I'm saying? And we have to set the record straight. And I'm grateful for brothers like Tariq, man, and other brothers, not just Tariq. He's not the only one doing this stuff, man. Um, Other people that are setting this record straight because people will try to take the story. Do y'all see the Olympics? It wasn't no brothers in there breakdancing. Y'all know that, man? It wasn't no brothers in there breakdancing. At the Olympics, we didn't get a piece of none of that. We didn't get a piece of none of that, dog. And it's sad because finally, after 50 years, so they say 50 years, after 50 years, hip hop gets recognized in the Olympics. And it's not one black face. It's Puerto Ricans, Chinese people, Japanese people. What the hell, dog? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. We gotta gatekeep the culture, man. Hey, Kenny back. What's wrong with this dude? He said lefty gunplay. Speaking of lefty gunplay, Did y'all see Lefty Gunplay at Kendrick's concert? Embarrassing. And I like Lefty. I like his interviews. I don't too much like his music. I don't think I've ever heard a song. But did y'all see him at Kendrick's concert? That was a flop. Like it was painful to watch. He was telling the crowd, "Come on, y'all, get up, make some noise." It's amateur hour. It was like amateur hour out there. But shout out to them, man. I like all kind of. See, the thing about me, what I'm able to do is I'm able to vibe out to any kind of rap music because I've been around different places and different people, so I understand the swag of different areas. I've been to LA, so I understand West Coast. I love West Coast culture. I love the swag of West Coast. I've been to Detroit, so I understand Detroit swag. I understand Miami. I understand Florida swag. You know what I'm saying? I'm right here in the DMV, so I understand Baltimore swag, DC swag, Maryland swag. You see what I'm saying? Of course, the Mecca, New York. You know what I'm saying? So I'm able to understand when I hear something, I'm able to understand what the people over there feeling. You know what I'm saying? Kenny Mack says Drake is trash too. Drake is a clown. I started off in this battle. Don't get me started talking about this Drake battle, dog, because I will go all day. I will go on all. I'm not gonna call Drake trash, but he's a clown. You dig? That boy is a certified clown. Uh, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Drake does not care about hip hop. He is very clear. He's here to be a pop star. Um, Good for him. I'm not mad at that. Get your money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at anybody that wants to do what they got to do to get what they got to get. Um, but Drake is not. He's not hip hop, dog. We can't give him that. We can't give him that title anymore. You know what I'm saying? His actions throughout this battle have shown how much of a bitch he is. We saw him start to do this with Pusha T. He started to act like a bitch with Pusha T, right? He started to cry and whine when Pusha T got on his ass, right? And Jay Prince had to step up. His dad had to step up, and then he bowed out. They even sent goons at Pusha T. Yes, they did. They roughed Pusha T up in Toronto, or tried to get at him on stage or something like that. But Drake he's a sucker, man. You know what I'm saying? And he's a crybaby and he's a spoiled brat. And you don't get spoiled in hip hop, dog. That's just not how it go. Kenny Mack says Drake is a fake phony. Do your homework, kids. Yeah, I agree, homie. Andrew said Drake is coming back better than you'll ever see. Well, let's see it, bro. It doesn't look like it, dog. He better have a master plan. Let me tell you, dog. Drake is about he's about 15 years in, maybe. What has it been, 15 years? Drake is about 15 years in. I think we've seen the best that we're gonna get from Drake, dog. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we're gonna see anything better than what we've already seen. I believe Drake will come back with R&B music. That's what I believe. And I could be wrong. He could come out with some bombshells. But what else can he say? What else can wow the crowd from Drake? How else can Drake wow the crowd? You dig? I'm just asking a question. Anything is possible. His credibility is already shot. You know what I'm saying? His integrity is already shot. We already know he's a punk. You know what I'm saying? We already know that. Now, let me talk about this, man. Now everybody's talking about Family Matters is the best song in the battle. I hate this glazing culture. Let me say this, man. Everybody's talking about Family Matters is was the best. After 6 months, now people are like, oh, hold up, hold up. Family Matters is actually good. Man, let me say this to you, man. That's not how it works. That is not how it works, dog. I think Drake's camp. paid for this narrative to be pushed out here to get Family Matters numbers up. You dig? I think his camp actually paid to try to boost this song. Because listen, I'm about to listen to Family Matters as when I get off, because I'm still trying to find what's so good about this song. As far as a battle. Now, if that wasn't in a battle situation, or if he battled somebody weaker who didn't put out a Euphoria, who didn't put out a Meet the Grams, who didn't put out a Not Like Us, yeah, Family Matters would have been dope. But it ain't shit compared to Euphoria. Like, knock it off. Kenny Mack says, Andrew, it makes sense you like Goof Hop. Latrell Watson, XX Tentacion is the greatest rapper of all times. Elza and Elza is the great rapper. Ice Cream, Ice Cube. Benji 601 says, I admit Family Matter was better than it was perceived. Benji said, one of the best songs from the beef. I'm still trying to find out what was so great. Tell me, dog. Help me. Help me. Look, the beat was dope. It was a great beat, right? I'm talking about when it comes to a battle record. Somebody help me try to figure out how that was like a real tough battle rap song. Because if you stand there next to Euphoria, man, like that shit was like super duper mid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, man. And then I mean, look here. Look, if if I, the song is cool, I don't like this fake hype that they trying to do now. They trying to resurrect the song after 6 months. Joe Budden, like Joe Budden is such a flip flop, and I like Joe Budden, but he flip flops all over the place. Nigga, why are we talking about Family Matters 6 months? 6 months past the beef. Why are we talking about that record? What are we trying to prove, dog? Like it's over. The Drake stands have been crying and crying and crying, and it's really sad at this point. Kendrick then dropped the album. He's about to drop another album, and he's shitting on Drake. Talking about he turned his TV off. Talking about somebody got to do it. Like he obliterated that man. Why are we still talking about this old beef? I believe we should keep talking about the beef because the way Kendrick whooped his ass needs to be studied. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Um, Not Like Us is still ringing off. I just had to film. I was filming a party, an event, and a bar, and Not Like Us still going off. There was no Family Matters, dog. Let's talk about this, man. Let's talk about this. We have to talk about this. Why isn't Family Matters ringing off in the club like that? I haven't heard it yet. Justice says, all respect to Kendrick Lamar. He holding down the West. Yeah. And a lot of people don't like it because it's West Coast music. You have to really be able to have an open mind when it comes to music. And, like I just told y'all, I've been to the West Coast and I understand why they're on that type of vibe. I can see somebody rolling down the street playing GNX. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of situation. But you got to be able to. You can't want a East Coast record, an East Coast album from Kendrick Lamar right now. I believe the next one he drops is going to be more geared towards East Coast, down south type of situation. Yeah, look, let me tell you something. Those records are so unique and so special, right? Not like us, Euphoria. I can't even put one above the other because they're in different classes of their own. Even Meet the Grams. Those three records are in different classes of their own. Like I can't even compare them. You know what I'm saying? I still listen to Euphoria, and mind you, I was never a Kendrick fan. I used to hate Kendrick Lamar. Before this battle, I used to hate Kendrick Lamar. I was a DJ, and I didn't even want to play his songs. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Gale says I had. Okay, I see. Okay, all right, Andrew. Kenny Mack says Young Money is zero. and 3. They lost to Pusha T, Common, and Remy Ma. Yep. And did y'all hear Lil Wayne's? See, I told y'all, go back, look at my old videos from 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Did y'all see Wayne's response? Wayne said he talked to Kendrick. Wayne don't want no smoke, dog. Wayne don't want no action with Kendrick Lamar. Everybody's running around talking about, well, he ain't talking about Lil Wayne. Well, he don't want no smoke with Lil Wayne. Well, don't get Lil Wayne started. and he said he called him out. That was a call out. Kendrick Lamar called Lil Wayne out. And guess what Lil Wayne did? He made a statement acting like he was going to do something, acting like he was some sort of big man that should not be woken up. And then what happened? He got on that interview and started backtracking. Justice, yeah, I've heard that many, 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 many times. Anakin Valero, what's up, man? Benji 601 says, I want to see Prime M and Kendrick in a battle. I don't want to see that shit. I'm not interested. Latrell Watkins says, guess what, y'all? What's up, Latrell? Benji said that would be interesting. Andrew Gale said, bro, no lie. Okay, all right, Andrew. We don't do drugs around here, sir. Ain't too much, Anakin. Ain't too much. Hey, Andrew, just be respectful, dog. Nobody wants to hear about your drugs, dog. I'm going to get you up out of here. I don't want to hear Eminem battle, dog. Let me tell y'all something. Listen, I know we got some Eminem fans in the building. Listen, let me tell y'all something, man. Listen. Happy birthday, Latrell, man. Shout out to you. I don't want to hear Eminem because, let me tell you, man, y'all not going to like what I'm about to say. Eminem got smacked up by MGK, dog. Machine Gun Kelly, pimp smack. He gave him that backhand. Wow. He backhanded Eminem, dog. Let's just keep it real, man. And then, so I listened to Rap Devil, and then Eminem came out with Kill Shot. And I said, turn this shit off. Turn this shit. I don't want to hear any battle records from Eminem, dog. I don't want to hear any records from Eminem. I'm sorry, dog. I just don't want to hear it. Kenny Mack said, M ducked that game smoke too. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He won. Game called. What happened? He's the greatest. He's the GOAT. Remember what happened? Game did a whole song. Like, what is, see, this is what I mean, man. Like, this is what I mean. It's so selective in the politics in this thing. Why didn't Eminem go at Game? That's what I want to know. Right? But look, man, listen. I'm glad y'all tapped in with me, man. Listen, go subscribe to the channel. Go check out my Instagram, topflight_TV. You dig? I got more interviews coming up. I got some other things popping off. Of course, I got still doing my music videos. Anybody need a shoot? Let's talk. Let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Big shoots, little shoots, whatever it is. We make things happen. Happy birthday to Latrell Watkins. He says he's turning 11. What the hell? Justice says can't forget about DJ Quick. Yeah, shout out to DJ Quick, man. Benji said I want to see all of the lifestyle song with M, Dre, Snoop, Ken, and 50. Where you at, Benji? You on the West Coast? Cause I don't want to hear that shit. I'm good. I'm good. Man, shit ain't been the same since Pac died, dog. Let's just keep it a buck, man. Shit got real corny at the Pac died. Oh, you from Australia? Okay, that's what's up. Shout out to Australia, man. Look, I'm gone though. I gotta get up off here. Boom, I'm out of here.